Hey you, welcome to my podcast. Do you like amebo, unsolicited advice, and very unconventional opinions about Christianity, mental health, and psychology? Then you're in the right place. It's Monday Morning Rant with Miss James H&M. Let's go! Hello. Welcome again to another episode of the Monday Morning Rant podcast. I hope you had a very lovely weekend and you're ready for what the week has to offer you. For the past 3 weeks, I have been talking about subtle reasons why your relationship won't last. Last week, we spoke about attachment styles and how it affects your communication and how you behave or treat your relationships, not just the romantic ones or the lovey-dovey ones, but also your friendships and how you relate with other humans in general. I want to appreciate everyone that gave their feedbacks, comments and all on the page. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the engagement. Please, if you didn't listen to last week's episode to the very end, I know it was quite lengthy, it was long, but please, there are a lot of things you're going to learn and gain from what I spoke about last week. I know many of us don't like to read educational stuff. As you left school, you just abandoned anything that has to do with book that is not novels. So, because you will not like to read it, I have done the studying on your behalf. And I practically lectured last week about attachment style. So I promise you're going to learn a lot. And for you to be carried on this week, you have to listen to last week's episode to the very end. So if you didn't finish last week's episode, please just go back, listen to the end before you start this week's episode. And please, if you have any questions, any comments, opinions, don't forget to drop them in the comment sections or give me a DM. Just hit me up. I'm going to reply them, or I'm going to be reading questions on the next episode. If there are any questions that dropped that I feel should be treated on the show, I'm going to treat them on the show, take them off the comment section or from my DMs and read it to everyone so we all can learn from whatever the question is. If you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel or to my Spotify, then know they subscribe for Spotify, but follow me on Spotify and subscribe on YouTube. Thank you very much. Okay, let's get into the business of today. Today, I am going to be talking about treatments for these insecure attachment styles. Again, if you don't listen to last week's episode, you're not going to understand anything this week, or maybe not anything, little to nothing will make sense this week. So please go listen to last week's episode. We treated the 2 categories of attachment styles, and under the second one, which is the insecure attachment styles, we treated the anxious attachment style, we treated avoidant attachment style, and we treated the disorganized or fearful attachment style. So this week, I'll be talking about things to do if you have any of these 3 to get into the secure category, or at least closer to the secure category, and for you to break out of some of the symptoms, I'll call it now. Some of the things that you do because of the kind of attachment style you have. Some of the treatments overlaps. For instance, the communication part, it cuts across the 3 types, which is for the anxious, for the avoidant, and disorganized. Communication helps with these 3. I'm taking it in the same sequence which I treated the categories last week. So we're going to be starting with the anxious attachment style and how you can move from being anxious to being a more secure person. It's not something that just happens all of a sudden. It's not magic, It takes work, it takes effort. And the first step to moving to being a more securely attached person is self-acceptance. You have to accept that this is how I am. This thing, I'm not saying the type where you accept and then you just sit in the acceptance. You're not trying to do better. So self-acceptance in the sense that you have to first of all recognize which category you lie. Either you're anxious or you're avoidant or you're disorganized. You have to identify where you lie in the categories and begin to understand why you are the way you are. Trauma or, past relationships. It could be a bunch of many things. I spoke about it last week. So accept it first of all, like, oh, I am an anxious person. And in the accepting, you have to now move from accepting to intentionally deciding to work on what symptoms. When I call it symptoms, it sounds like sickness, but I don't want to use symptoms, so I'll use maybe characteristics of that particular attachment style. So if you're an anxious person, you have to accept that, oh, I worry a little too much about what people think of me. I sort of attach my self-worth to what people think of me or how they treat me. I worry too much. I can be excessively jealous sometimes. You have to understand all these things and accept it. And in accepting the negative side of it, also accept the positive side, because anxiously attached persons tend to be very caring, very empathetic. You are sensitive to people's feelings. So the entirety of the thing is not negative. You get, it's not the entire thing that is. So embrace the positive aspect of it and also embrace the negative side. When I say embrace it, I don't mean sit inside, like I said earlier. Embracing it in the sense of, oh, these are the ones I need to work on. This is the aspect of this particular trait I need to work on. So don't overcompensate in the sense of, oh, you will now move from being anxious to being avoidant, because it often happens when people that are anxious begin to um, self accept and begin to work and begin to develop a better self worth. They now move from being empathetic, being nice, being sweet, they move to being annoying and just becoming numb and just ignoring everybody. No, you have to find a balance point and a middle ground, which is being caring, being empathetic, being sensitive to people's feelings, but also understanding that the way people treat you is not a reflection of how you are or who you are. So build your self worth around um, the things you believe are the positivities of who you are, and move more away from the negative. So that's basically what I'm trying to say about self-acceptance. So the next thing is to begin to establish boundaries in your relationship, right? Most anxious people are people pleasers, like I said last week. With your colleagues, with your friends, you don't know when to say no. With your partner, it's sort of tricky depending on what place you are in that relationship. If you are still dating, it's a different ball game. If you are married, it's also a different ball game. But understanding boundaries in your relationship, when people are pushing your buttons or pushing you beyond what you want to do or what you're comfortable doing, be comfortable saying no. Stop being a people pleaser. It won't get you anywhere. People pleasers end up not being liked. Do you understand? Because the day you finally decide to stand up for yourself or finally do something for yourself, you are tagged as selfish, or you are tagged as now wow. Then you now discover the people you kept around, there are people that actually need you, not necessarily people that want to be your friend. I don't know if that makes sense. So then at the end of the day, learning boundaries exposes the people in your life as well, the friends you have, your colleagues. It exposes to you whether they genuinely like you, they genuinely care about you, or they are just keeping you around because of the things you do for them. Because you're an anxious person, you tend to want to make people happy, dance around your own feelings to make sure they feel comfortable. So the day you finally decide, oh, I'm sorry, I can't do this for you, I'm busy, or this, they'll tag you as selfish or tag you as not being a good friend. And then it exposes the people in your life. So from this point onward, learn to set boundaries in place. Learn when to say no. This thing you're asking me to do for you, I'm so sorry, I can't. I've been borrowing you money, you've not been returning my money. The last one I borrowed you, you didn't return it. So I'm sorry. This one you're asking for, I can't give it to you. If the person flares up and it exposes to you, they are not your friend in the first place. Or your colleagues that you've been helping with tasks and taking off responsibilities from their shoulder. Stand up for yourself and be like, Omo guy, this one I no go fit help you. Do am yourself. Me too, I have a lot of work on my table. So begin to stand up for yourself, not in an aggressive way, but in an assertive way. I've spoken about the difference between arrogance and assertiveness in the past. Being assertive is putting your foot down, like, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I want. You're not going to push me beyond where I want to be. You're not going to push me to do something I don't want to do. So you're not being arrogant, you're not being an angry bird, you're not um being rude. You're just putting your foot down. I'm sorry, this thing, I'm not going to do it. Even in relationship now, dating relationship, for instance, if you don't want to get physical, because I think that's one major thing many of us in this generation, maybe not just generation, it has always been there. If you don't want to do certain things, don't let he or she, because it's not just one-sided. People, when you begin to talk about sexual things in relationship, people always look at the men. You forget that sometimes it's possible that it's the lady that wants sexual things and the guy doesn't. It's possible for the guy to be the people pleaser and the girl to be the, you know, stronger hand. Abi, how will I put it? So it goes both ways. Physical things goes both ways. It's not just men that are looking for sex. There are girls that there are girls that are the one looking for sex too. I just needed to throw that out there so it doesn't look as if it's a one-sided comment. It goes both ways. So as a guy, I know it sounds funny sometimes when you see guys that are like, oh, I'm waiting to marry. People will look at them like, now wow. If it's a girl that says it, oh, she's such a decent girl. But when the roles are reversed, guys are not necessarily burdened with the sense of this purity thing. Is imbibed mostly into girls, understandably so. But I think men too, in this our generation, or the ones that are coming, should be taught that abstinence is good for you as a man as well. So if as a guy you are deciding I want to wait till marriage for, and the girl is like, wait is safe, just the door, you don't put your foot down. Or if that relationship is not serving you, you guys don't share mutual values. Oh, I don't know. You can decide to move on to other things in life, or you can put your foot down and insist, I don't want to get physical, and that is fine. Or there are other boundaries. Just put your boundaries in place and let people know that this is what I don't want to do and this is what I'm okay doing. It also cuts into, there's a particular aspect I want to talk about, and it's how people joke around in hurtful ways. There are some people that tend to be jesters, but their jesting is the type that brings you down, They'll use you to blaster. I don't know if it makes sense. So you are like the duff in the friendship group that everybody looks down on. I don't know how to explain it. And then there's one jester in the group that's always using you to catch crews, and it hurts your feelings, but you don't talk about it. It is okay to point it out. Guy, I don't like these things you're saying. It is not funny to me. It might be funny to everybody else, but it's not funny to me. People might tag you as sensitive, waiting, I just joke. Let your boundaries be your boundaries. Well, these things you're saying, I don't like them, and it's fine. Also, you have to be open-minded to criticism. That's the next point. People telling you something you did wrong, especially in a relationship. Your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your wife or your husband is telling you, babe, when you do this thing, it feels to me like disrespect, or it feels to me like you don't regard me, you don't hold me in high esteem. You don't now feel, it's difficult for anxious people to separate criticism from attack on your personality. So you have to begin to learn to think logically. Why will this person want to attack your character? You guys are in love with each other, or you are married, or you are in a committed relationship. They want the best for you. So if they're telling you this thing you do, even if it's not to them, maybe the way you handle work or your work ethics or your punctuality, something, and they're telling you this your behavior, no, nice. When you do these things, it's not nice. When you do this, it sounds rude. When you behave like this, I don't like it. Then you begin to feel down and they don't like me. Am I a horrible person? I'm such say I'm sorry. I'm such I'm such a horrible person. Nobody likes me. Everybody hates me. You begin to overthink. Learn to catch yourself in the middle of that overthinking and sit down with what this person that loves you has said. Sit down with what they've said. Think about it logically. Actually, when I go late to our date, he must feel hurt. If the roles are reversed and he keeps me waiting for 1 hour, how will I feel about it? So, for anxious people, it sometimes helps to reverse the roles and see how it feels from the other angle. He says, oh, this your dressing, I don't like it. I prefer you cover up more. And you're like, now wow, is he trying to say I'm looking for outside attention? Is he trying to say he's attacking my character? He's calling me a slut? No, that's not it. Think about it from the other angle. If you see him flirting with other girls, how would you feel about it? Do you get like learn to think about things logically and less emotionally. So take criticism with a pinch of salt. Your partner is not trying to attack you, they're not trying to make you feel like a horrible person. You are not a horrible person. You're kind, you're caring, you're empathetic, but you have your bad sides too. So when they are pointing out that bad side to you, take it with a pinch of salt and listen to what they have to say, then begin to critically explain it and analyze it to yourself and try to do better. You're not perfect. You are not. So it's okay for you to have some flaws, here and there. Doesn't mean you're a horrible person. Doesn't mean you're unworthy of love. So learn to take criticism with a pinch of salt. Next thing I'll say is learn to externalize your feelings. Don't internalize. When your partner hurts you or says something that offends you, instead of sitting down and brooding over it like, wow, doesn't even love me. Does this guy even love me like this? Am I worthy of love? Overthinking is the petrol to fire of an anxious person. When you overthink, it spreads that small fight people had, it spreads it in your mind so wide and so far that you begin to feel unworthy of love, you begin to feel like a horrible, but many negative feelings will just be sitting down on your head. So instead of internalizing your feelings, learn to communicate with your partner. This thing you did, I didn't like it. I will appreciate if you do things differently. I will appreciate if you talk to me, even when you're angry, with this kind of tone. I don't like the tone you used with me. Communicate. And even if the person is not taking your communication right or the way you expect them to, it's still not a reflection of who you are. It's not a reflection on you, it's a reflection on them. So don't internalize your feelings. After communicating, whatever the response to you communicating those feelings are, either to your friend or your partner, whatever the response is, learn to catch yourself and make sure your mind is not overdriving and overthinking and expanding things more than they are supposed to be. So take a walk. That's what I mean by externalizing your feelings. Take a walk, eat, take ice cream, watch a movie, relax yourself, do physical activities, go to the gym if you like exercise, something that will help your mind calm down, calm the noise, eat. Then one thing that helps anxious people a lot is journaling. Learn to journal. It sounds funny, it sounds high schooly and stuff, but it actually helps. Write down what you're feeling, write down what you wish you could say out loud, read it back to yourself, let it feel like you're writing a conversation back and forth to yourself, and it will sort of help you calm down and help you think in a more clearer way. So journal, watch movies, relax yourself, right? Don't I almost said something, but you get the point. Don't overthink. It's not that deep, really. People have fights, and it can just be fights. People say things when they're angry. It doesn't mean they necessarily mean it, or it doesn't mean that's how they feel about you, or that's how they feel about the relationship. You can try not to over explain and over analyze things in your head, so that you are always not being an anxious person takes your peace away. You will not have peace of mind. You just be thinking everything. Okay. So that's it about externalizing your feelings. The next thing I'll talk about is practicing self-care. Being an anxiously attached person in a relationship means you mostly always put your partner first before yourself. Their feelings, what they want to do, things like that. You tend to always want to put other people first, not just your partner, even your friendships. You want everybody to be comfortable, you want everybody to be happy, you want learn to take care of yourself. Some of you cannot remember the last time you bought 3,500 naira something for yourself. It's always, this friend is getting married. I need to get her a gift. This my friend birthday is coming. I need to do something elaborate for her. Oh, I've not gone to see my friend in a while. Let me go and greet her. Learn to practice self-care as you are caring for everybody, so you don't burn out. Learn to take care of yourself as well. Learn to do something once in a while. Just today, is for me. I'm taking a break from everybody else. I want to just enjoy myself. It can be tricky if you're married or in a relationship. You still have to communicate with your partner. You get, but even in with them being around, there's a way with your partner still being around, you can take time off for yourself. Watch a movie only you will enjoy. Watch something, eat something you love, sleep. Oh, people undervalue the value of sleep. Yes, some kind sleep, the type that when you wake up, you first look around, you forget where you are for a few seconds there. You don't remember where you that type of sleep make on be afternoon. Hi, maybe afternoon. When you don't sweat small, come lala small, you go wake up, your body go dey kakaraka. So learn to practice self-care, rest, sleep, eat, exercise, whatever rocks your boat, but take care of yourself. And in taking care of yourself is also learning to self-soothe. Because people that are anxious don't know how to regulate their emotions, it's difficult for you to you tend to cry about everything or be angry. If you're not the crying type, you're the angry type. So it can be either extremes for anxious people. It can be either extremes. Learn to self-soothe. When you're angry, calm down by yourself. Then when you're upset about something, cry about it and feel better. You don't always need to rub on if somebody is not comforting you, then you're not comforted. Learn to comfort yourself. And of course, I will introduce God into this aspect. If you can't talk to your partner, they will understand your feelings. There are sometimes you're feeling something, but you're weak about it, you're sad about it, you're explaining it to your partner, and they don't get it. They don't even understand where you're coming from. Then go to God. Pray about it. God, I feel this certain way. I feel off. I feel sad. Please suit me. Comfort my heart. And listen to music, something that will suit you. Not sad music, because in that moment, some of you now go and carry Billie Eilish and start listening to Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish will help you overthink what you are thinking already. I'm not saying her music, I'm not discrediting her music, but I mean the sad kind of songs where you're listening to sad music. And no, listen to uplifting music. Listen to music that will uplift your spirit and make you feel better. Watch a movie or rest. So learn to self-soothe. It's not every time you feel bad that you must have somebody in your space. It's okay to be by yourself and be fine. Enjoy your own company, enjoy your own presence. Yes. One thing I forgot about communication, being an anxious person means when you're trying to communicate your feelings, when you see people that are trying to talk, this is what's in it, and next thing they burst cry and they can't talk again, or they are beginning to dance around several points. It's difficult to keep your thoughts in one straight line as an anxious person. So Whenever you need to talk to somebody about something serious that happened, maybe you guys had a fight or you need to communicate something they did you didn't like, learn to write points down, right? Even if it's with your partner, it sounds funny, right? But we all have notes on our phones now. Write it down so you don't forget what you want to say when you get in your feelings and then you can't remember and then you are not angry that you did not finish saying what you wanted. So write down what you want to tell your partner. Jot it down, write it. Okay, I don't like the way you spoke to me. It makes me feel, do you understand? I don't like the way you did this thing. This is how it makes me feel. Always attach what the feeling is to your complaints and be gentle about it. You don't have to come to your partner with it is war time, it's fight time. No, it can be a conversation, it can be a mutual, respective conversation without two people yelling at each other and going back and forth. I can't even imagine what two anxiously attached people in a relationship looks like. Chaos, but it can be happy chaos if you both learn to control your extremes and talk to each other, communicate. Communication is the food of an anxious person. Communicate. And also for anxious people that have partners that don't like to talk, maybe when something's wrong and then you begin to think about, is it me? Is it me that did something bad? Abi something, hey, I don't do another thing again. Why is this person looking sad? Because you tend to be sensitive to other people's feelings and what their energy is. You feed off people's energy. It is okay for people to be sad or people to want their own space, and it is not about you. It doesn't always have to be about you. So separate yourself from people's feelings. Your partner can be sad about work, they can be sad about a news they heard. If they are looking moody and they don't want to talk about it, it's fine. It's not now your own key card now to go and start overthinking and sitting by yourself and, hey God, did I do something wrong? Is it me that is making this person sad? Then you now press them, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? If they don't want to talk in that moment, let it be. Leave it, give it a rest. Find something to do by your own self. Give them space. It is okay to sometimes take space. I'm not saying the type that people now ghost yourself. I'm no. Take a few hours, individually to refuel and let them think if they want to think. Let them be sad for a moment. When they are ready to talk to you, they will talk. Or if you want to ask, still ask. But if the person is still insisting they don't want to talk, your partner, you have been asking what's doing, they don't answer you. It means they need time to process whatever is going on. So allow them space to process without choking yourself in the equation and making it look as if it's something I did. Is no. It might not be something you did, it might be something we work or many other things could be wrong with that person in the moment. So remove yourself from the equation. You don't always have to choke yourself into what other people are feeling. It doesn't always have to be about you. Okay. Only anxious don't take 30 minutes. I am a talker, a talkist, a rantist. So what I'm going to do is this week we have treated anxious. Next week we'll treat avoid. I'm going to spread. I told you people this year, even if one series we have 20 parts, so far as we are getting value for what we are discussing every week, that's absolutely fine. So I don't want to over explain and over analyze things or stuff. But I want to allow you get the full picture of every single topic I'm talking about without omitting vital explanations. So this will be the end for this week. I'll see you next week with the treatment for avoidant attachment style. Bye.